Hello YouTubers, this is kind of a long-term review of something we built 7 years ago. 7 years ago?
Oh, must be that for sure.
It's 7 years ago. We built a generator enclosure for our Honda generator. The reason why we did it this way instead of buying a dedicated stationary generator was because I figured maybe I could use the generator, portable generator, for other tasks, such like running a cement mixer somewhere, or running lighting or tools. Anyway, 7 years ago, our power grid was really unstable around here. We were losing power every time the wind blew. So we went through all of this time. I won't say expense because I don't include my labor or anything, but we put a lot of work into this enclosure, and we always called it like a mini bomb shelter. We always said in a hurricane, probably the safest place you could be.
That's right, that's where to go.
Is huddled down in this thing. The generator don't stay out there. The reason why we're doing this video is because it's unbelievable, even after 7 years, the amount of questions we get on this particular item. So I'm going to try to address a lot of the questions in this video. Now, since we put this shelter in, or this enclosure in, in 7 years we have a total of 28 hours running time in it. And believe it or not, the first 24 hours was the first year we put it in. And every year after that, the grid, they spent money on the grid, the utility company, and it just got more reliable, to the point where it's basically hardly ever used at all. You know, like I say, 24 hours the first year and 4 hours in the next 6 years. So was it worth it? Well, I guess, what price do you put on peace of mind? So yes, it was worth it. Now we have the generator out there. Sometimes I'll take the generator. The generator don't stay out there either. It's just something that if we know there's bad weather coming, we'll take it and put it in. That way we don't have to be hooking everything up in the middle of a storm of some sort. So that's the reason why today it's out there, because I'm giving it its fall run. I just wanted to see how it's going to perform and whatnot. So let's head out and we'll have a look at it. You can leave that around, Kathy.
Okie dokie.
I'll leave it, open the door for you like a true gentleman.
Thank you.
So there's the enclosure, or the shelter as I call it. And we'll address some of the questions that I get asked. Nothing's been done to it in 7 years, so it's held up pretty good. I have this decibel meter. Apparently here in Newfoundland now we're going to get into motorcycle inspections, and in order to become a motorcycle inspection station you have to have one of these. So we're going to do a decibel test on this as well today. So for those of you who haven't seen this before, it's built at a quarter plate on the bottom. The side plates are 1/8, and the hinges are machined on our lathe, and they're all just grease nipples on them. And what happens is this goes up, this folds down, and you can use this front part as a ramp to hook it all up. Back here, you have the exhaust. Now, I'll answer some of the questions now. People say, well, you have a flap on top of the shelter, so won't water get in? Yeah, it's possible for water to get in. It's like on a piece of heavy equipment, water can get in. So the old trick was to put a bucket over the flap or a glove, but I kind of got a couple of different ways of handling this. So I'll take the glove off and show it to you. Not the glove, but the cap. See, there's the flapper. But if you looked at the flapper closely, there's a spring. Come over here, Kathy.
Okay.
You'll get it on this side.
You can see the spring over there.
Yeah, it's a little trick. So you take this, you put it like that, and then your flapper can work, right? And that's how it's been for the last 7 years. So It works, well, of course now you're showing it won't work. Yeah,
there you go.
Right? So, it's never like that unless you're getting ready to run it, you know? Now, down in the bottom, there's, inside, there's a little hole. So if any moisture or water gets in, it will just run out and come out through the bottom of the machine. So come on over here. Okay, we shall unlock and have a look-see. I gotta try to remember to unlock it, or how to unlock it. Leave the key in there, and this is what it looks like inside. Again, folks, now this is 7 years ago since we did this. And like I say, this don't stay in there for the 7 years. Basically how this works, you got latches here. Gotta come over and show them latches. You might, if you got over and went this way.
This way, huh?
Right?
Oh, this is much better. There you go.
See, it goes down like that. Now you can come over and show them front on.
Okay.
Now, I'm not going to pull it out to show you what I got done with the exhaust, but I did a bit of work with the exhaust. It'll probably be another video later on. And it works quite well. You can show them down around the back of it, Kathy, and they can see the... now, go on the other side. Down here, look.
Because I got my big muff on there, right?
Yeah, well, hang on there. Now, let me see if I can get down there for you, folks. Let me show you. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you should be able to see it. But that's how the exhaust works. Again, I'll show you a close-up one of those days. When that thing comes out, stays out, I'll be able to show it to you better than that. Now, what happens is you put your generator in, and there's studs coming up from the floor, and there's little holes in the feet of the generator. So you get it over and you push it into the exhaust, and they lock in to the little studs, so it can't move.
Oh, that's a good idea.
You know, it's pretty neat. Now, there's an intake is here. Now, some people say, people ask me questions about the intake. Is it too low? We have never seen that intake blocked in.
No.
For some reason, snow don't fall around this generator.
No, that's right.
And traditionally, it's always been an area where it's always been clean
That's right.
of snow. We've never had to really clear snow. The only time we clear snow from it is the wing row from the plow. When we come out with the tractor, you usually shovel out the front here.
That's right.
Right? So, I do have this put here. And that's put there to keep critters out.
Okay, that's right.
Okay? Then over here, we have this. Hang on.
Okay.
And then I usually tighten these in so they don't vibrate out. And that's a fan, obviously. A 2-speed fan. We've got an LED light here. And we've got like an LED light there in case you want to look around. And we have it hooked up to this LED light up here. Are they getting that?
Yep.
Yeah. Now, we're going to close this. Of course, every noise in the world is going to be around here now, isn't it? If you come out here at 12 o'clock in the night, somebody make a noise.
Oh, well, that's when the bikes come out, 4-wheelers.
Yeah. Now, that's the key. Now, this got electric start, but I'm going to be honest with you. I haven't plugged it in the battery tender in 6 months, so the battery's dead. Yeah. But it will charge up eventually. Now, the other question was, well, how do you have it powered to the house? Well, I didn't want... Oh my gosh. I didn't want to dig up the asphalt. Nope. So I just run a wire, a big wire, or an extension cord, basically a 220 extension cord from here that plugs into the generator, comes out, and it goes right over here and goes into there.
Perfect.
And inside we have a sub panel before it gets to the main panel, and we have like 7 or 8 different circuits on it. So we have prioritized the things that we need to use in the home in the event of a power failure, and it works quite well.
Perfect.
You know, when the power have gone out, we had our furnace, we had our deep freeze, we had our TV, and most importantly, we had our internet. You know?
That was that's the first number on.
Well, that was it. That's number one. The internet. All the plugs for the internet. Number one. You know, you got to have your priorities straightened away, right? So basically, what we'll do here now is we're going to turn it on. Now, when we originally did the video for this first, of course, we have a boom mic on there. And a boom mic, an external boom mic, like really amplifies the sound, because I can be over there by that SUV talking, and if this thing is turned on properly, you can hear me no problem. I don't have to talk any more than talk any louder than what I'm talking now. So that's it was kind of misleading how loud this is. Now, when I do start it, it's going to be extremely noisy because the sound has got nowhere to go, only up. But we're going to close this. We're going to look at the decibel meter when I start it, and you're going to see what it's going to be like with the top up, and then we're going to put the top down, and you're going to be able to read it then. So it'll be kind of interesting. Well, I think it would be. People might be home going, you know. So let's start it up. Let's see. Okay, come over here. We're going to turn on our, what I usually do is I usually turn on the main power. Then she's going to step up, but then I usually turn the fan on high. That's how it always stays. There's no thermostat or anything for the fan. It stays cool, just ran through. 24 hours, first shot. That fan stayed running and never ever ran up. Basically at voice level. Which was when the cover was open. 66. So as you can see, it's not noisy.
No.
Right?
You can hear neighbors way over there from inside our house.
Well, the lady over there across the street has got a generator in her garage. Just pan over to the garage, you can see the white car. Okay. When she opens up that door to run that generator, in the event of a power outage, you can't even hear this. All you hear is hers, and in the house, all we hear is hers.
Yeah.
Because again, all the noise is being directed out, right straight out. Now, it might not be so bad now, because since this has been put there, a couple of years ago, they put that garage there.
True.
So that's going to muffle a lot of it, if not all of it. So, but as you can see, it's when you get to the back, so we're 64.9. What? Back over here. I mean, the compressor in the shop is much noisier than that, right? Which we should do a test on. So, and that's it. Watch. Look, 27.4 hours.
Wow. Yeah.
That's what it's got on it in 7 years. So
Well,
not
that's
only
good, 'cause we didn't have to need it.
well, not only have I not used it for emergency backup, I haven't used it at all. And that, like I say, 24 of those hours was that first big storm. Remember that? Everything was shut down.
That went on for days,
Yeah. So,
intermittently.
yeah, exactly. Then they went on. Even when it came back, then it came on power rotation.
Yeah, it did.
Like across the street it'd have power, we wouldn't have power.
Right.
And I put the LED light up there because it was nice to be able to look out and just check and see if there was any snow around it, or make sure everything was going okay. And of course, it's worked quite well. So I guess there's not much more I can tell you other than that. The fan number is a model S8B2. The high and low switch I put in myself. The LED light, the long one down there, that's from a RV type of vehicle, and I picked it up at a RV store. Main plug is, you can pick up the main plug at Home Depot.
Yeah.
And we didn't get it at Home Depot. The electrician got that for us.
That's right.
And the little sub panel. You should always have a sub panel. You shouldn't go directly to a panel. You should always have the. Well, actually, they say a double throw switch. Now it's different. Now you can even get the thing that goes on your mast from Generac, that you can actually just use that and plug directly into it. The reason why I didn't go with a Generac, if you look at a Generac, I'm going to put my flame suit on for this. This is only my personal opinion. The Generac cover, or the case that it's in, is very, very thin metal. At the time we put this in, this field back here was all full of dead trees. Some mornings after a storm you could wake up and you could find the top of a tree in the middle of the driveway. Actually, we had one go through the top of a car.
That's right, right through the sunroof.
Right through the sunroof,
Just
right
like it
down,
planted
stuck
it.
right into the center console. It looked like just like a Christmas tree right in the middle of the car. I had to get a chainsaw and cut it out.
Cut it out of the car.
So I figured if I had put a Generac here, or a similar model, it would have been destroyed by a tree possibly. There's nothing coming down on this that's going to destroy this, unless it's 747 or something loses an engine flying over, because we are in the flight path of the airport.
That's true.
Hey, you know, how do you defend yourself against that? So there's the situation. And again, it's 7 years old. It's it's got its bruises and a few little rust spots on it. Hey, it gives it character.
It does.
And it works quite well. So with that, I'm going to close it up. I hope I've answered most of your questions. Can't think, I should have wrote them all down, but it's just that so many people are asking so many questions, and they're asking so many of the same questions.
Yes.
Like, our advice to you would be to, when you see anybody's video, including ours, and it's been up a while, don't think your question is unique. It's probably been asked 10 or 12 times before. And if you just go back and read through the comments, it's easier to answer questions on a new video than it is on an old one, because the last video of this is around 250,000 views, and there's a lot of comments and a lot of questions, so it's you can't possibly keep up with it. And we have over 800 videos. And they're not on just this.
No, so.
So, you know, there's so many different types, right? So I'm going to put my glove back on. I'm going to put my spring back on in place here. I'm going to put my glove on. And if you happen to be driving by, you see the glove giving you the finger. It was purely coincidental.
It was not intentional.
No. The only time I used to do that was when we had the forklift there with the twin stacks.
Yeah.
I'd park it there by the road and I'd always make sure I had a finger going up at each one.
You did that on purpose?
Yeah. Yeah.
Of course you did.
Well, you know, no good getting trying to go through life without a sense of humor.
No, it's not, is it?
In this year 2020, you've got to have a sense of humor to survive it.
You do.
So, there it is. Hopefully that helps you out. I better lock this.
Yeah, lock that.
It's not staying out there anyway. But I'll put it in later on today. And we got through it without too much noise.
Oh no, it's perfect.
Yeah. Anyway, folks, thanks for watching. If you can, please give us a thumbs up. Like, we get a lot of hits, but we don't get a lot of thumbs up. People, I guess it's really tough to hit the thumbs up button. I don't know. But every time I'm watching a video, I always give a thumbs up.
That's right.
And if I, in the rare occasion, if I give a thumbs down, I always tell them why I give a thumbs down. It's hard to improve unless you know where you're going wrong.
True.
Right? So folks, you guys take care, look after yourselves, wear a mask, protect yourself, protect others, and be good to each other. And we'll see you in the next video. God bless. This is the normal sound in here right now. Nobody talking, 37. Us talking, well, 61 decibels, right? Now we'll get it to cut in and we'll show you.